But without any further ado, guys, let me just say this. Maybe the best investigative journalist. He is a private eye. He is an investigator. He is also a tremendous journalist and a great man of God, a good friend of mine for a long time. Doug Hagmann is joining us tonight from somewhere in Pennsylvania. I'm going to say Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm going to take a shot there. Doug, how you doing tonight?
Fantastic, Pastor. Hopefully you can hear me okay. And yes, Erie, Pennsylvania is where my home base is at, and it's a pleasure to be on with you.
Amen. It is great to have you back. You know, it's been a while since we've had you on. We used to do a lot of shows together 10 years ago, I'd say. So we got to start teaming up again because I really enjoy what you're doing. Doug,
thank you.
We just filmed you. A little over an hour presentation for the webinar, Overcoming Evil. And you blew my mind. I was basically speechless in this present. Can you believe it? I mean, but you really showed us the satanic ritual abuse, some of the satanic occultism going on, and you didn't just tell us about it, but you showed it to us. What will your presentation mean to those who come to the webinar, Overcoming Evil?
Wow. Well, you know, thank you for having me and allowing me to do that. I think people have a lot of questions on a couple of different levels. Number one, you know, all of the stuff that's going on. You mentioned the stock market, inflation, everything. But even more than that, the pervasive evil that we're seeing take place in all across the world, the infanticide, the perversion of all normal sexuality, the attack on biblical marriage. You know, what does all of this mean? How is this even possibly happening? This, to me, what we're seeing, and I think connecting the dots here, when you see the satanic rituals that are taking place by people who are high-level Satanists, and not everyone is a high-level Satanist.
Right,
if you're
right.
in Hollywood, you know, okay. But when you see the connection, and you see the, at least in my view, when you see this coordinated worldwide ritual, that to me is the driver of a new world order, the new world order agenda that we're experiencing, seeing unfold today. It's no coincidence that when you look at the Baphomet, the symbol of Satan, it's neither male nor female, or it's both male and female. What do we see with the trans movement? The same thing. Again, observation, not anything else. So the blood of children, the innocent is the currency, the driver of the new world order of the globalists. And we're seeing this play out in a spiritual battle. And I try to offer proof of that.
You really do. From the Bible even, folks. And you guys know we've talked about the beast kingdom in the book of Revelation 13, how it is. When you read the Bible and it tells you what's going to happen, it's almost inconceivable that that's actually going to happen. But here's the thing, guys, it's already going on. And it maybe, yes, it's happening in a lot of other countries openly. We see this with whether it be the radical terrorism and the infliction of pain, what's happening in Ukraine, you know, just openly brutal stuff. But it's also going on right here in America, behind the scenes. And you actually showed us. Folks, in this presentation, he shows us 25 slides of actual proof, evidence that satanic occult worship is going on, including the bloodletting and the torture upon people, human beings. What can you show us tonight? Can you show us something at least here on YouTube? We can't show all the other stuff, I know, but.
Yeah, you know, I left my evidence bag in the studio. However, feel free to show the slide of your choice that you think will pass the censorship guidelines if you want, if you can.
Okay. I don't know if Israel can pull that off or not. Israel, can you? Okay. Can you show that, I'm going to call it a dagger. It's a knife. No, his producer's not with us no more. You don't have access to it. Okay.
I'll tell you what I can do.
Okay.
If you want to talk for a few minutes,
yep.
I'll go out 2 rooms away. I'll bring it because I have to get that back to the evidence locker. So I'll be right back.
We'll do that. All right, cut away to me. Doug will be right back. He's going to show you an actual I call it an artifact, but what it is, it's actual evidence. It was actually evidence recovered at a crime scene where an occult practice inflicting pain upon a human being took place. This was confiscated at the crime scene, and it was used in a trial. And I can't say any more about that, but it is evidence, but it no longer will be used in another trial unless that I know of. It will remain, though, in the evidence locker in case they need to show it again for some reason. But Doug is going to actually show it to you, and it's incredible because it's also ties into what Steve Quayle talks about. For on the writing of this weapon is an fallen angel technology language that has been deciphered by Steve Quayle and his team down in Mexico from glyphs they found, throwing it into a high-powered supercomputer algorithms that decoded it, and there's no other language in the world they found that these symbols make sense. None. No ancient, not Babylonian, not ancient, we got tablets and ancient languages all over. Nothing, nowhere does the AI able to put it in with Egyptian hieroglyphics, none of it. But when it put it together, it is a language. And compared to other glyphs and artifacts, the language was deciphered by superpowered computers with AI technology. So we're going to show you that. So Doug, there you are. You've got it.
All right. So there's two things. I just want to show you the top portion of a piece of paper, and that top portion contains angelic writing. This might be a little bit easier for people to see. Hopefully that you can see the type of symbols and writing that are contained on that. Okay. So from the evidence bag, by the way, anyone interested, the evidence is going to the evidence locker off premises as soon as this show is done. So there's no reason to come to my studio to try to find it.
It won't be there right after the show's over.
No.
Okay.
No.
Don't try.
And I don't like this in my office or studio. Anyway,
Right.
We keep it off premise.
Right.
So having said that, this was actually taken from a subject, and this is a dagger that was used, I should say, in satanic rituals. And there was some analysis done on this, DNA taken from it. The sheath has a pentagram on it, and the handle right here, this portion of the handle is kept with a handle guard here. And how can I do this well? If you look at this, if you look at this, there are characters, there's writing on here. And when we first found this along with that writing and some of the other characters adorned on the sheath, and there's some on the blade, but I'm not going to show you that for a lot of reasons, including I don't want to cut my finger off because this is scalpel sharp. We had no idea what that was. So it's interesting, and this is how God works. I mean, this is incredible because I, as an investigator, could never plan this out. Russ Dizdar and his team said, hey, you know what? Steve's working on something. Let's send it over to Steve. And Steve sent it off to have that, because we never saw it before, have that writing analyzed. And that writing, it was determined to be fallen angel or angelic writing that has meaning to the contemporary times in which we live today. So some of that writing I showed you, it involves, for example, it involves starvation of Christians, involves incarceration of Christians and killing of Christians. So all of this is combined. So your webinar, which I hope everyone watching this signs up for, I'm telling you, it's going to, so all of this kind of meshed together. And suddenly Steve had said, hey, our guys using these quantum computers or whatever they are, were able to decipher this. And wouldn't you know it, that that the writing that was on that paper matched exactly the context from which
Wow.
that paper was taken. So I don't know how that works.
How in the
okay?
world? Yeah, so they can't be, it's definitely tied to occult worship and bloodletting and sacrificing, and whether it be animal sacrificing or even human sacrificing. It's definitely demonically charged and recovered from as evidence from crimes being committed against people. So
Yeah, and that was sent. So how that was sent to the individual, the contacts doing this, it was sent without any context whatsoever. So, and that's how I ask for like evidence. If somebody shows me a crime scene picture, don't tell me what I'm supposed to be looking at. Just send me the picture. That's the same way we sent that writing, and so that those people had no idea what they were deciphering or from
what? Right.
and they came back and it fit that narrative or fit that scenario exactly.
Folks, Doug Hagmann, he is the keynote speaker of this webinar, Overcoming Evil. We got Steve Quayle. We got Michael Bodia, the grandson of the great prophet Dimitri Duduman. We got Lester Sumrall, grandson of Dr. Lester Sumrall. We've got Athanasius Schneider, the Archbishop, who was also an exorcist from the Vatican. We got the best of the best. And so get your tickets tonight. I mean, are you serious? Get your ticket tonight because we're only 8 days away. This thing is going to air in 8 days, the 20th. Doug, look, thank you for doing this presentation. We're excited about this because people are going to hear the truth from your presentation.
Well, I have to say that although it's very sad that we lost Russ Dizdar and his wife, he went an amazing man, but really all the glory goes to God, and the work. Really, I've done little, except I've done some, but man, I'll tell you the trails that were blazed before me by Russ and his team, and and Tom Dunn and Steve Quayle and others.
Quayle, yep.
And Pastor, you yourself as well. So, I mean, I'm very thankful. So yes, that's not an understatement. I think that this webinar is going to just blow things out of the water. So please sign up for it. Yes.
Doug, thank you so much.
Me.
Huh?
Despite me. Despite me.
Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure working with you, and we'll be working together again some more. So thank you for being with us. God bless.